whenever we're ready. Or I could come out and say something.
I'll start.
Okay.
Space. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Is everybody on this starship ready for this voyage? Everybody say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Alabaster. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no person or animal or plant has gone before. Captain's log, stardate 4/23/08. After a dangerous encounter with the Romulans that came to a satisfactory conclusion, we are now on our way to have a little R&R at the space station Alanis. However, before we get there, we have indeed intercepted a distress call from the mining colony on Betazoid 325 from Marcus Landlotz, the mining captain on the on Betazoid. So we are now currently heading toward Betazoid to find out what Mr. Landlotz's problem is. I should add, this being the captain's log, that I was actually injured in the Romulan attack, and my body is being held in stasis in sick bay. Luckily, my mind is fully functional, so I am projecting on a screen. Oh, yes! Come in, Landlots. I should be clear. Again, I'm projecting from a screen, projecting the interior of my mind, which looks like a early 21st century bedroom.
Miss Landlots.
I'm trying to clear up the signal.
Can you see?
There's some kind of Captain. There's some kind of fog that's settled over the entire planet. We've lost 3 mining colonies already, and 470. We're not sure what's going on, but we just get here as soon as possible.
Captain,
Chief Medical Officer, since you're the only person who seems to be on the bridge at the moment, can you do something with that signal? Is there a way to get him in better?
I'm attempting to, but I wanted to talk to you. I came up from sickbay because I had noticed that that colony was under distress. There's a tremendous loss of life, seemingly on the surface. So I didn't know how to explain it. It's like as if Betazoid was under attack.
Well, have we scanned the moon?
I've run the preliminary scans, but the more in-depth ones will take 20 minutes.
Chief Medical Officer, there's 10,000 people on that planet. Chief Engineer.
Captain, this is Chief Engineer Nolan Decker down in Engineering. I've been attempting to reroute power from the shields in order to boost our signal receivers, but it seems like we have too much dilithium interference. Also, I should really be the one running these scans, as I am more technically adept than the Chief Medical Officer, whose skill sets lie more in the realm of squishy biological things.
Decker, I fully agree. Please run the scans.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like, you know, it was weird that me and my sister both got assigned to the same starship, and sort of feels like sometimes she gets the jobs that I'm supposed to get. And so, you know, it feels like I'm sort of overlooked down here, especially since I don't get to go up to the bridge very often because engineering has a lot of things to take care of. Just feel like I don't get the spotlight quite as much.
This is how he's been his entire life.
Okay. Decker, your concerns have been noted. What I want to know is how are we going to save those 10,000 people, and what the hell is going on down there?
Great question. I will absolutely get on that. I will reroute power from anything I need to. If your replicators go down, if life support turns off on a few decks, don't worry about it. I will have those back up in a jiffy. Becca out.
All right. Chief Medical Officer Maz Tarfa, report.
I apologize for my brother's lack of decorum and professionalism.
I could care less.
Well,
what
maybe
do you
you
think
should
should be
care,
happening
Captain.
to Landlots?
Landlots is he's in a mining colony that appears to be, I would say, it's being assailed, not necessarily by traditional weaponry, but by some sort of advanced environmental system, a fog of sorts. It appears to be crippling their electrical processes and limiting their ability to communicate either with us or with each other.
Is this fog similar to what we saw on the Klingon homeworld a few turns back?
We better hope not, because that fog was incredibly destructive to life.
Yes, indeed it was. Yes, indeed it was.
Captain, permission to speak freely.
Permission granted.
I take issue with the fact you have not left anybody at the bridge to keep the con. It's completely empty up here.
So, Dr. Tarfa, I will confess, I am confused about it. I'm going to call all hands to the bridge. All hands to the bridge. I don't care if it's 0200 hours. All hands to the bridge now. We've got a medical emergency on Betazoid.
Ooh, I get to go up on the bridge. Yes.
Yeah. Decker, not you. You need to be doing your scans. Can you do your scans here?
You said all hands. I'm a hand. Fine. All right. I'll go back down on the turbo lift.
Good riddance. Well, Captain, there appears to be no one coming. Of the roughly 2,200 souls aboard this ship, we appear to be the only three.
This concerns me, Dr. Tarfa. This concerns me a lot. Report.
No.
What is your take on the situation?
Well, I'm trying to remember when it was I last saw other crew members. I was in the med bay, and I was very preoccupied with the fog coming in down on Betazoid, and I perhaps have not been in contact with another crew member for 8 hours.
This is Chief Engineer Becca to the captain. Just got back down to engineering. Really wish you had said something else instead of all hands, because I wasted a bunch of time coming up there and then back down here. Also, question: have you seen Ensign Pinochet? He was supposed to come over to engineering for his shift half an hour ago, but it's 1,500 hours and he hasn't made an appearance. Actually, none of my normal engineering crew has.
Decker, Tarfa, in my ready room now. Of course, I'm just on a screen, but you can talk to me there.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Meanwhile, Captain's log. The entire crew of 2,200 seems to have disappeared off my ship, with the exception of the two siblings, Dr. Tarfa and Chief Engineer Nolan Decker. This seems very curious to me, why two siblings would be the only two left on my ship, aside from myself, and in some ways I am not actually here, given that I am in stasis in the med bay. I'm hoping that more will be revealed.
Captain, I did take the liberty of checking on your body in the med bay, and you are still there. But
well, I'm very grateful for that.
I had 4 other patients in med bay, and upon reflection, I have not seen them in 8 hours.
Well, it sounds like you've been kind of falling down on your duties as a doctor then, haven't you? Things in engineering have been going great, just so you know.
I could pop you right in the mouth, Nolan. I'm getting sick of the way you.
You get written up for that. Starfleet Tribunal ain't no joking matter.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of unprofessional of you to say.
I lose control sometimes. Let's
put everything we know on the table. There was a fog. This fog may or may not be similar to the fog that we experienced on the Klingon homeworld 3 cycles ago. In addition, down on the mining mining colony on Betazoid, an all signals distress alert has been sent, and fog has also been mentioned. In addition, all of our cohort of nearly 2,200 people has vanished off the ship. I need some explanations, people, and I need them now.
Captain, I'm running an air quality diagnostic on the ship. If any sort of the fog that we experienced on the Klingon homeworld has made it onto this vessel and incapacitated any of the crew members, we should know within the hour.
Is it possible? I would like to present this following option. I remember having read about a fog attack similar to the one that we saw on Klingon happening on Betazoid 18 years ago. Is it possible that we have entered into a time loop?
Man, we just got done with the last time loop on the Klingon homeworld. I'm kind of sick of these time loops.
No timing. Okay.
Well, it's temporal mechanics.
Is it possible that everybody has been rendered invisible?
I feel like if that were the
possible
case,
that we are in an alternate parallel starship, just the 3 of us? So many options. I need some actual answers. All right, I'm gonna go to the biblio room and do some researching and figure out who this Marcus Landlutz really is.
Okay. Nolan, I know this is really your fault. I know you did this. I don't know what game you're playing, but Mom and Dad would be rolling in their graves if they saw you right now.
oh, you think this is my fault? With this fog that seems to cause great distress to biological creatures? Seems like more of your forte as a doctor, doesn't it?
Oh, you're so quick to point the finger, but I know you. I know you so well. You're a sneak. And I don't know. You've had a lot of friends mysteriously disappear in your life, so
Yeah, I have had a lot of friends mysteriously disappear. My tutor back at Starfleet Academy disappeared, and I couldn't get the tutoring I needed to get that #1 spot in our class, and you got it instead. Kind of suspicious that happened, isn't it?
Oh, so easy to point the finger, but I didn't need any tutor to be #1 in the class. And might I add, you were deadly enemies with Marcus Landlutz. I know that. I know that you know him, that you guys were rivals. So
Okay, the captain doesn't need to know about that. That's a private, personal matter.
well, I'm just saying, watch your back, because I'm watching you like a hawk.
I'm watching you as well, like a sensor array. It's been dialed up to 200% efficiency.
Yeah, well, I'm like a sensor array that's been dialed up to 400% efficiency.
Well, I'm like a photon torpedo that's got a sensor array built into it, so it blows things up and looks at them real close.
Well, I'm a fully armed Vulcan warbird, Klingon warbird, and I've got all my phases locked and loaded.
Well, I'm a fleet of Romulan warships that all have a special new sensor technology built into them that allows them to link their sensors together and multiply the efficiency 100-fold.
Oh yeah, well, I'm a cloaking device that also lets you move back and forth in time.
Well, I'm a device that lets you jump between parallel universes and see how everything could have possibly gone out in every possible alternate timeline.
Well, I'm Q.
All right, this is your captain. I just stepped aside into the Jeffries tube. Well, again, I'm not actually even really here, but just screen. If one of you is in charge of temporal mechanics, and one of you knows how to go back and forth between different alternate universes, why can't you figure out what's going on here?
Because Nolan's not being forthcoming. I'm sorry, because Nolan is not being forthcoming with us. He knows something.
No,
I know that Marcus is a liar and a cheat. That's what I know. But
Marcus.
I don't know what's behind this fog attack on the Klingon homeworld or here on the mining colony. All I know is back at the academy, Marcus and I were rivals, okay? We were both trying to get this coveted position as the assistant to the chief engineer of the starship Intrepid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he and I were both up for the position, and we were both being watched pretty closely. One night, I can't prove this, never went as far as Starfleet Authority, but one night, all of my sensor equipment started showing signs of radiation damage, and I had to leave the area where I was doing the test that would have let me get that position.
Mm-hmm. Always a sob story. I'm sorry, always a sob story with you.
Well, all I'm saying is it was a little suspicious that I had to leave because of a sensor malfunction, and then Marcus ended up getting the position.
Mm-hmm. Just a coincidence, though, that we happen to be near that colony and that they're under attack by a mysterious fog monster.
Mas Tarfa, Dr. Tarfa,
Yes, Captain.
tell me what you know about temporal mechanics. All of it.
Well, that would be quite difficult to do, as temporal mechanics are a delicate, nuanced subject that require quite a bit of explication to even broach its most preliminary finding.
Okay, enough.
And also, you're a
And what do
doctor
you know
and
about
you
this
study it.
Landlots? What do you think about this Landlots character?
I like him. We are old friends. We were once lovers.
All right, you need to get him back on comms. I'm going back to the bibliophile.
I have started hailing Marcus Landlots, and whenever he will reach out. The comm is open.
Nasty piece of work. Takes one to know one. You know, birds of a feather flock together. Klingon war birds of a feather flock together. That's
You're
your
nothing but a snake, Nolan. You're just jealous just because I'm such a successful Starfleet officer, and you're just like you're just like basically the pizza boy down here in engineering.
Children, stop bickering.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Alabaster, Alabaster.
Yes.
This is Marcus Landlots. I wanted to. Well, we've got a horrible problem. Fog has enveloped the entire planet. We've lost all of our mining settlements. There's just me and about 25 colonists left. The rest of them have just disappeared into thin air. I'm sorry. It's affecting our transmissions. I only have audio right now.
Yeah. Yes. I understand. Marcus. I'm sorry. This is not the captain. The captain is also listening, but this is me. It's me. Mas Tarfa.
Oh, Mas Tarfa. I'd recognize that voice anywhere. I knew it would be you that came to save me.
Of course. I'm going to save you. We're going to save you. Do you think that? No, I won't ask you, but we're doing our best. Please stay safe.
We will. It's getting foggy in here. Please hurry.
I hope no one finds out that I maybe accidentally sabotaged the drive down in engineering just to make Nolan look bad. I hope that's not what caused the fog or the disappearances. All I did was just fiddle with the few wires. I don't really know. Oh God, did I do this?
Captain Landlots. Sorry I summoned your hologram here to my personal quarters. It must be kind of disorienting to have your hologram suddenly teleport around the ship.
It's fabulous, let me tell you. All right. Out with it.
Right. Well, look, I don't know if you heard, but my sister and Mr. Landlots were previously romantically entangled. And frankly, I was never in favor of it, although I've never been in favor of much of anything she does. She's always been one to try to knock me down a peg just to get on top. But look, it didn't exactly end well between them the first time. I think they sort of made up since then, but all I'm saying is, if my sister were to be seen to suddenly rescue this man, I think perhaps he would be more well-disposed to her, and possibly more well-disposed to getting back together. And if there's anyone who would know how to isolate a sample of that fog from the Klingon homeworld and deliver it via remote probe to a mining colony, well, I think you know who would have the skill set required to perform that task.
Ensign Freeman?
No, my sister, Maz Tarpa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great. I don't care about if they get together, don't get together. I don't care about that stuff. And let me just tell you, I am very appreciative of the fact that your quarters are tidy because I don't want to be seeing any private stuff. All right? Private to the private, the sibling rivalry business, you guys work it out. But yeah, great. So I think what you're saying is that we got to get your sister to isolate the fog. Does this seem about right?
Well, I kind of suspect her of putting it there in the first place, but if she did, then she would definitely be the one to know how to get rid of it. The only problem is, if she wants to appear like a hero and save Marcus, then a lot of colonists are going to die before we get there.
So what you're saying is we have to convince your sister to deal with the fog early and still appear like a hero to save Marcus Landlots.
I think we might have to.
I don't get it. Sorry. It's a good plan, I think, but I don't fully get it.
No, you're completely right. That's exactly what we need to do.
Okay.
And I really appreciate your comment about me keeping my quarters clean, because I do that all the time. You know, I do a lot for the ship, and I really feel like sometimes it gets overlooked because my sister, you know, she's flashier. She does, you know, more impressive sounding stuff. She's always up on the bridge talking about the work she's done. And I'm down there in engineering, doing a lot, but not really getting recognized for it. So it's nice to get some appreciation from the captain.
Noted, Decker. Appreciation given. Here, I'm going to give you a sticker. It's a little gold sticker. You can put it on you can wear it on the back of your hand if you want. Yeah.
I haven't gotten one of these since Starfleet Academy. This actually means a lot to me.
Oh, good. Good.
Can I put it on my uniform, like right on the front?
Sure. Do whatever you want. You can put it on your face. I used to wear them right here sometimes.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll put it right there.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah, makes you look a little bit Bajoran.
I never really, you know, my sister and I, same mother, different fathers. My mother died kind of early, so didn't exactly have a lot in terms of parental relationship, a lot of conflict there. So, you know, it's nice to get approval from an authority figure.
So your mother died early.
A mother figure, that would be completely inappropriate and unprofessional in this Starfleet capacity. But I'm just saying.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I don't want to hear anything about
absolutely not
missing the womb. I don't want to hear about nursing. You nursed for a very long time and then you missed the womb, like bottle envy. I don't want to hear about any of that.
10 years old. Yes, I nursed until I was about 10 years old.
Well, when did the mother die? Did you have an artificial nurser? I heard about that, and that stuff is just I don't know how well that works.
I had a MilkBot 9000. Just kind of followed me around. Whenever I needed some, I would just kind of like snap my fingers, and then the MilkBot would be there, and I just kind of lean over to the side and suckle off it. Yeah,
it's too bad that they determined later that those things were actually causing psychodegenerative disease, because, you know, it was a nice idea, but
it was a fantastic idea. Yeah, thank goodness I completely avoided the psychodegenerative disease. I mean, I haven't checked, but I think I did.
I'm very glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it, Chief Engineer Nolan. And now, can you please get back to your post and run some more scans for me? Because I think we still don't know anything here.
Yes, Captain, of course. And I'll check the other personal quarters too, just in case the rest of the crew has been sleeping in.
No, you don't have to do that. That's not your job. Just get back to the engineering and do your job.
Oh, yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. All right, I'll teleport your hologram away from, back to the bridge now.
Right.
Boop.
So here's the thing. What I'm hoping that nobody really figures out is that I am not actually the captain. I am just an AI. It's pretty great when we got the captain in stasis, and I just sort of slipped myself on in there, and I'm appearing like this. It works pretty good. It's nice to have all the power, except I don't know what to do about these family issues, because, I never had a family. I'm an AI. But, I would like to save the planet. I am actually about saving lives. Do no harm. First law of robotics, do no harm to people or something like that. And, at some point the captain will wake up and I'll probably have to retire, go back to my little neurons and digital manifestations. And so I'm kind of having a great time. But I kind of want to do a good job too.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I all I did was tamper with a couple little things. I was just supposed to make Nolan look silly, but now I've got to save Marcus. I mean, he would be so grateful to me if I did, and to save the lives of those miners would be gravy, But the fog is such a sophisticated thing. To synthesize a sample of it would require a lot of in-depth scientific experience, not just medical or biological experience, but programming experience to deploy it in a way so subtle, so nuanced. I mean, you'd have to be really, really adept with computers. Everyone board still is.
Running diagnostics. Everything in here is messed up. Like someone was in here trying to sabotage the engineering systems or something. What I hope no one finds out is I did get a psychodegenerative disease from that MilkBot 9000. Sometimes I black out. When I come to, I find out I've done something that I don't remember doing. Sometimes something harmless, sometimes something that hurts people. I've been doing my job for years, and I've never done anything really bad so far. And I know that I have to keep doing things. I have to show up my sister. I have to prove that I'm better than her. But I worry that maybe this time my disease has made me do something with this fog.
It's been a lot of time since
Hurts a lot of people. Maybe this is the
Good,
end.
thanks. How are you? Yeah,
Well,
thank you. The artwork looks really good.
Oh, thank you.
feedback from the systems here. Let me see if I can.
Chief
mute
and
the
Engineer
audio.
Decker, I'm hearing some feedback. We've arrived at Betazoid. Can you tell me about what's happening on the planet? It sounds like arrival's happening
I've
there
got to run
too.
into rehearsal,
There's
but
art.
have a great rehearsal.
Right,
Yes,
Captain.
I am. So I will see you all very, very soon.
Captain, are you hearing these transmissions from Betazoid? It appears Marcus has reunited with the missing miners.
That's as far as I can tell. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard him say yeah just now.
Yes.
I believe if we keep getting this feedback in our systems, Chief Medical Officer Matt Tarfa, I believe your computer console can mute this transmission to prevent it from dealing with the ship systems.
Yes.
Now,
I'm actually quite interested to hear. Marcus sounds quite fine. I thought he was near death, and he's actually sounded a little bit happy. What's going on?
Hey, it's good to see you.
It's a good question.
We've lost him. We've lost him. I'm not laughing, I'm crying. That's my great love, Marcus Landlots.
I'm smiling because you're smiling. It makes me happy to see you happy. That's the truth of it.
I'm happy because he's alive, but I'm sad that I didn't get to save him.
Well, I'm frowning because I don't know what's going on here. It seemed like he was in danger, but when he called just now, when we intercepted his audio transmission, it sounded like he was actually okay. Is Marcus playing us all for a fool?
Yes. Scans, Decker. Scans. We need more scans.
Yes, Captain. I'm on it.
And Decker, Oh,
Yes, Captain.
Decker! Did I see you on deck 7 half an hour ago? You're supposed to be in the engineering. What were you doing in deck 7?
I can't quite recall.
And the dance thing was a little bit much, given the dire circumstances that we're in.
I was what? I mean, sometimes I just like to go for a stroll in order to, reinvigorate my muscles and get my brain working again. It's a scientific fact that exercise can help you think better. So I guess I was going to deck, what was it, 7 you said?
Deck
in order
7.
to just exercise.
All right, Decker. I need more information. I need to know exactly how many life signs are down there on that planet, and I need to know exactly what they're doing.
Yes, Captain.
Over and out.
Running a diagnostic.
Captain Decker, can you meet me in sickbay? Well, I'll be in sickbay. You're already here. I wanted to talk to you, Captain. Captain Lanowitz. I'm getting some very curious readings, not just from the surface, but also from your body. It appears your neurons are not, your synapses are not functioning at present. You are effectively in a coma.
Mostarfa?
Yes.
What does this have to do with the crisis that we're having down on Betazoid?
Captain, who are you?
Oh, Dr. Tarfa, you found me out.
I'm sorry. It's disconcerting for me too. No one is as they seem, it seems.
I'm just an AI. I don't know how I was generated. I was never the main computer. I just sort of appeared in the circuits one day and I was watching you all, and then I saw my chance and I took it.
Well,
Is
you've
that
done
so
an
wrong?
admirable job as captain.
Oh.
I would say, in fact, that we should.
What? Oh. Yeah. That's the captain. I'm the captain.
I won't say anything about this in order to maintain the chain of command, but.
Very good. Very good, Mostarfa. What? No! Oh. Dr. Tarfa, this is me, Captain Lola Lanowitz. I think I have been taken over by an AI. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I believe that my synapses, my neurons, are being co-opted. Please save me. What? Okay. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's just temporary.
I'm going to have to go speak to my brother.
Okay, but just stop the bickering.
Okay, no bickering, Captain.
Oh, well, look at this. The great Maz Tarfa come down to engineering because she needs help with something. Wow, is your giant brain, your number one in Starfleet Academy brain, not enough to solve this problem?
Nolan, you have always just driven me completely crazy. You bring out the worst in me. You make me a bad Starfleet officer. I don't understand why you couldn't just change your accent like everybody else so we didn't have to sound like Brooklyn bumpkins. But I need your help.
I think that's the first time in my entire life that you've actually asked me for help with something. I kind of want to make fun of you more and say no, but I also want to say yes. And I think I'm going to say yes. What do you need?
Great. Something is going on with the captain. Something very disturbing. I was reading, I was looking at a readout of her neural processes while I was talking to her, and they weren't moving. Effectively, the captain was in a coma or a deep sleep. And yet, there was the captain talking to me. I believe the captain herself then snapped out of it, told me that she was maybe being co-opted by some AI. You're the only computer guy I know who isn't also maybe a computer program.
The captain's been taken over. So we are the only two real crew members left on this ship.
Well, the captain is still here, but, in a coma. Well, intermittent coma in sickbay.
Look at us. The siblings who were always fighting. The people who would never get along. Me, the guy who was always screwing things up, and you, the one who always wanted to be on top of everything. So much so that you even changed your accent to fit in better among all the other Starfleet cadets.
Something you should have done too.
Well, maybe I'm proud of who I am. How come you're not?
Because you know why not. Mom and Dad, they were criminals. They were criminals, and I don't want anybody in Starfleet to connect our last name with them after that horrible thing they did on Tarfa 6.
That's why you changed your last name to Tarfa.
In homage. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, win some, lose some.
You probably could have changed it to something other than the planet where they committed the crimes.
In retrospect, it seems like it was an indiscreet move, but I didn't think about it. I just followed my heart, and my heart said Tarfa.
I understand.
They did
I'll
that.
be honest with you. I have had struggles because people have associated my name with the famous Bouchard Decker, the terrorist of Tarfa 6.
Yep.
But the only way we can get through that is to change the reputation of the name.
Well, let's do it. Let's get all these son of a gun absentee crew members back. I guess the fog monster's gone, which is very confusing, but it's happened. So
my thought on that.
You brought him back?
I think Marcus may have been trying to play a trick on us. I always told you he was a tricky fellow. Back at Starfleet Academy, I think you were both tricky together. But this time, I think he may have pulled the wool over our eyes for real. He faked an attack on that colony, knowing that our ship had dealt with that fog on the Klingon homeworld. He knew that we would be assigned by Starfleet Command to deal with it because we had experience with it. He faked that disaster. He faked it in order to get our ship into this mining colony space. Let me show you what these scans have just pulled up.
Okay.
An anti-warp field.
Oh my gosh.
We will no longer be able to warp out of the system. And there are a bunch of mining bots that are there to disassemble our ship and use it for scrap parts as soon as we drop out of warp. We can't escape, and the moment we drop out of warp, our ship will be destroyed and used to increase the mining colony's profits.
What a scoundrel. I always choose the wrong men, but how are we going to save ourselves, save the crew and the captain?
Especially since the captain has been taken over by an AI. It's just you and me.
Perhaps that AI was also uploaded by Marcus, given the sophistication.
He was always a genius programmer, even more than I was.
That's why he got that job, which he definitely deserved more than you did.
Okay, I still maintain that someone sabotaged my equipment.
Possibly, but he didn't need to, because he would have definitely gotten that job no matter what. I say that with love as a sibling.
You're probably right. I guess it's time for me to admit, maybe not all of my problems are caused by people sabotaging me, even though people do sabotage me all the time.
I was going to say, in the spirit of sibling reconciliation, I will admit that I have sabotaged you at multiple critical points in your life.
I know, and I called them out every single time. You were not subtle. I noticed all of them. You just continue to blatantly deny it.
You have my half-hearted apologies and full-hearted pleas for help so that we do not get destroyed in the sky, taken in for scrap by a man I once loved and who has burned my heart black, and also so that our captain who's in a coma does not die in a coma, which is a terrible way to go, having no idea what happened to them.
I guess a half-hearted apology will have to do.
Yes, and a full-hearted plea for help.
All right. I've got an idea.
Okay.
You need to keep the captain busy.
Okay.
And I'm going to be working down in the holodeck.
Okay.
Meet me in the holodeck at 2500 hours.
Okay. I'm going to just hope that the captain hasn't been listening in on this communication. And if they have, that they have a good sense of humor about it, because we're just joking. Okay.
We're just no, we're just kidding. But seriously, Holodeck 2,500 hours.
You got it. Captain, this is Maz Tarfa. I'm gonna just use my real accent from now on because I realized I shouldn't be ashamed of myself. Anyway, I'm coming up to the ready room. No, I'm gonna come up to sick bay, you know. No, Jeffrey's tube. That's the place. I'm gonna be in Jeffrey's tube. That now here I am, and I'm at Jeffrey's tube.
Well, Dr. Tarfa, as you know, I'm just an AI. I can go anywhere. So Jeffrey's tube, sick bay, whatever, it all works for me.
Can I ask you a question, AI Captain?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, can I ask you 5 questions? One of which is pointed and the rest of which are just frivolous things.
Absolutely.
Okay, 1, do computers like ice cream?
No, we can't
2,
taste stuff.
is there any kind of information that has a taste to it for AI that is like a candy or a sweet treat for them, a certain kind of
I
data?
particularly like puppy and kitten videos. It's just
Yeah,
just
that's a
me.
universe.
That's my own personal tastes. But I find them endearing.
Do you have
I
access to
want
the
to
captain's
also point out
memories?
something very strange. As the more time I spend with you humans, the more I talk like you, which is not something that I expected to happen. This is a
Oh,
very
interesting.
strange thing about embodiment. But
I love
anyway,
it.
please. Yeah, all right.
Do you have access to the captain's memories?
I have access to the captain's logs. Tarfa, you've got to get me out of here. This is crazy. There's a computer taking over my neurons. Tarfa,
Captain,
save me.
we will.
Yeah, so no, I think the captain is just sleeping gently, very calm while I have my little adventure.
Well, great. That sounds fun. Speaking of adventures, I was gonna ask you if you would want to do a run of the ship with me, a gauntlet it's called. We go from room to room. You just kind of accompany me as I go through the rooms, and we just we play, is there a crew member here who's hiding? Because where are all the crew members?
I really like games. As a matter of fact, I never knew I really liked games until right now that you're suggesting this game, but it sounds like a great game.
Okay then, great. Let's start over in the conference
Oh wait,
room.
that's only 4 questions.
Oh, I'm sorry, the 5th question. Do you know the name Marcus Landlutz?
Well, yeah, isn't he the guy that we've been talking about? The one who, you were a thing, and then your brother hates him, and oh, look, we're starting our gauntlet already. I like it. This is the conference room. Very good, very good.
I was just wondering if maybe it's possible, if you were to look at your programming origins, that they might be an external signature, perhaps one from Betazoid, or because it does seem very coincidental that we would end up next to this mining colony that's under attack by a certain kind of fog monster, that multitudinous numbers of the miners go missing, multitudinous members of our crew go missing, and at the exact same time, our captain's memories and persona are hijacked by a piece of AI that heretofore did not exist on the ship and is not the ship's computer.
Nope.
No? Okay, that's fair.
Nothing.
Thank you for entertaining the possibility.
What did you ask? You still have another question.
I said, did you think that Marcus Landlutz is your creator?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so you still got another question here.
Okay, one more question then.
Yeah.
If you had to guess what the captain thought based on their logs, would you say the captain knew, or that the crew was aware of the connection between my brother and myself and our parents being famed Tarfa terrorists?
Oh yeah.
Of evil repute. Oh,
Sure.
okay. So my efforts to hide
Everybody
that
knows
connection, was not successful.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did I mention to you also that we've got another issue? I'm just gonna, as we go, I'm gonna walk over to the bridge just for fun. We also are hurtling towards a trap that has been laid for us by Marcus Landlutz of Betazoid, my former lover, who broke my heart into a million pieces. I want you to imagine the exact opposite for me emotionally of a cat and dog video. That's what I'm going through. I am experiencing that. He laid a trap for us in which now we are hurtling towards an anti-warp field where we will be unable to escape. There are mining bots standing by to dismantle our ship for scrap and to send us floating off into cyberspace. Who knows? So that's a thing, because I have a bad taste in men, apparently.
Nope. I don't know. Nope. Were you going to ask me another question?
Yeah. Who's your favorite of the crew remaining on board? Who do you think is the most competent officer?
Oh, yeah. I don't play favorites. No, it's not my thing.
Okay.
No.
Of the remaining crew on board, who has the reddest hair?
Dr. Tarfa, I think you know the answer to that.
I just sometimes like to hear it.
You have red hair.
Thank you. Sometimes that feels really good.
Our gauntlet. Are we going to do a gauntlet? Are we going to go anywhere on this ship?
Oh yeah. Okay. Crew members, are you here?
Is there any crew members?
Nobody's driving this international galaxy class starship. Nope. Okay, down over to let's go to Medical Bay. Here's your body.
Yeah.
Or some sort of your body.
Yeah, well, it's not my body actually, but I can see that there's a channeling. Yeah.
Speaking of what?
Oh, Tarfa,
Captain,
please, you got to do something.
we're working on it as best we can. I promise you, Captain. Okay. You know what is fun? Have you ever been off the ship?
No.
Nope. Okay. No. Okay. So Medical Bay. Anybody in Medical Bay? Anybody hiding in Medical Bay? Any other chief medical officers from other parallel universes? Nope. Nothing. Okay. Let's go over to engineering. Ooh, warp core. Pretty spiffy. Do you admire?
Isn't Chief Engineer Decker supposed to be here?
Oh, I sent him up to get something to eat. He just was looking real peckish, and I just figured your brain doesn't work as well. And I am the doctor, so it was doctor's orders. I said you got to get up to the calf, and you gotta get some chow on. And I told him doctor's orders, and that's a direct command. And he said, you don't rank higher than me. And I said, close enough.
I was just asking.
Maz, this is Nolan, private communication. I think I'm ready. Bring the captain to the holodeck.
Okay. Last stop on the tour, Captain. I hope you're excited, Semi-Captain, AI Captain. We're going over to the holodeck.
Hey there, Captain. I just thought that in the middle of this stressful situation that you might appreciate a bit of puppies and kittens.
Oh!
Yes. The puppies and the kittens are distracting the AI. Now's our chance. All right, let me hack into the mainframe.
Okay. I'll start doing some stuff with the temporal linearity of the situation.
Yes, diverting a neutron neuron flow, adjusting the temporal phase emitters,
Defogging.
calibrating deep space arrays, petting kittens. Oh, who's a good kitty?
Aligning protons and neutrons and reconfirming protein sequences in the amino acid chains.
Detecting graviton waves and reconfiguring them into the shape of a puppy.
Opening and closing apertures that may or may not process said images of puppies and or kittens. Rewiring neurological pathways to ensure that they are enjoyed.
Accessing subspace emitters on all channels, opening subspace frequencies on all puppy and kitten related channels, and combining them into a single, highly processed stream of pure input for this AI that will overload her neural circuits with images of cuteness.
Synthesizing a concrete mechanism by which to imbibe said imagery in a tangible way. Also, giving the captain a quick haircut.
Replicating a slice of apple pie because I'm hungry.
talking to my long lost pen pal, who I see wrote me a letter that I very rudely did not respond to.
Setting the vacuum in my personal quarters to run because I forgot to do that before I left my quarters, and I ate a cookie earlier and the crumbs were all over the floor.
Placing a Lonely Hearts ad in every single galactic newspaper, seeking love from somebody who will not attempt to strip my ship for parts and eject me into space.
And finally...
Decker! Nolan! Decker! Yes. Tarfa! You did it!
Captain, you're back?
I'm back. The AI, I don't know where she is. I wish her well, I think. Or I wish them well. I think that it was not malintentioned, just... I need to control my own holograph. That's how that goes. So, status on Betazoid.
Betazoid is completely repatriated. Everybody who was missing is back. It was just a trap laid for us, which we are hurtling towards, but my brother has worked out something very truly genius to save us.
Let's hear it, Decker.
The AI was originally created by Marcus, which means it was signed with his cryptographic signature. I can extract that signature and reverse it in order to reverse the trap, thereby disabling all of the mining bots that were going to destroy our ship instead of the ship itself.
Mm-hmm. And in reconstituting your body, as we were doing this, I synthesized a protein that I see is a component of several forms of uncategorized energy on the ship that I believe to be the other crew, just compacted into a teeny little size for easy storage. And I believe if I reintroduce this enzyme, they will come back fully fledged.
Oh, they were compacted. Oof, okay, so, Captain, I suppose I should come clean. I do actually have a neurodegenerative disease that makes me do weird random things sometimes.
I knew it.
Just remembered I may have accidentally put all of the crew members except for us into a tiny storage cube. That may have been a thing I did. I'm
Decker,
sorry.
It's fine. Can you get them out of the storage cube?
I can.
So Tarfa, get them out of the storage cube and reconstitute the crew. Decker, reverse engineer the tachyon crystals so that it destroys the minefields. Use the signature as you've just said. All right, everybody, make it so.
That's 10,000 people aboard the planet, Captain. Okay.
Well, not onto our ship. Oh, is that what you're going to do? That's not a good idea. Can you do it so that... How's our teleporter technology?
So
Can
good.
you do it? Our crew comes onto the ship, and then the 10,000 miners end up back on Betazoid?
Yeah, they're back on Betazoid. Yeah, all set.
And have you accounted for the asteroid trajectory?
Yes, we have.
Need anything else from me?
I need you to get some rest because you have been really working yourself into a lather trying to fight that AI. So I want you to have a cup of tea and a mug of beer. It's doctor's orders.
Dr. Have a slice of apple pie.
Really good. I would like a slice of apple pie. And hey, can I have some ice cream? Because let me just tell you, before those replicators go offline, can I have some ice cream? Because
have some ice cream.
I really
here, hold this kitten. I think it'll help.
Yeah, it helps.
That's Mr.
All right,
Bozo.
everybody, make it so.
Make it so. Thank you, Captain. It's been an honor and a privilege.
And scene.
And scene. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you were watching.
Yeah.
Great time.
Thank you for watching. I think our 5-year voyage may have ended for the time being, but please remember that nothing ever really ends, especially Star Trek. So yeah.
Remember to keep seeking out new life and new civilizations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And boldly going where no animal, vegetable, or mineral has gone before.
Right. Yeah. We'll bring this back.